Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Building a SaaS. So in this video series, we are going to be sitting down together and building a SaaS. And we're going to do this in half an hour a day. And the SaaS that we're building is called Fancy Bar. And it's a fancy notification bar that anybody can embed on their website. We're then going to have a bunch of customizations that the user can customize, the design, and the functionality of the bar itself. So we are building this with a software as a service starter kit called Wave. Be sure to check it out at devdojo.com/wave. It has a bunch of features out of the box that allows you to easily create your own software as a service. So with that said, let's jump back to where we left off yesterday, which was we were creating a new bar. So this was the bar that we were creating, and I think we're going to keep on going down that route and creating a few more bars. So I was kind of brainstorming about this, and I was kind of thinking about some use cases that people need this bar for. So one of them is an announcement. So they want to announce maybe like a new feature, or I don't know, just anything that's going on with their application, or maybe they're having a sale. That would probably be considered an announcement as well. And then we also have possibly like a product hunt promotion. So product hunt promo. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with Product Hunt, but if you're not, Product Hunt is a website where people list their latest products. You can basically get to the top of the list. You'll get a whole bunch of traffic, and it's pretty much a curation of like the top products for the day. A lot of people will post their product on here, and then on their website, they'll have like a, hey, we're on Product Hunt, click here for 50% off, or click here to learn more. So we could have a drop-down bar or a floating bar that basically says like, hey, we're on Product Hunt, click here to check us out. So we have the announcement, we have a Product Hunt promo. I'm just going to call that Product Hunt. And then possibly we also have like a social bar. So maybe you want to ask someone to follow you or to follow your software as a service or your team. So we could say social bar. So those are just a few use cases that someone may want to add a fancy bar, a notification bar to their website. So I kind of wanted to write this down, and I like to leave myself some notes just so I can refer to them later. So I'm going to save this probably inside of the public folder. So let's go to the public folder, and I'm just going to call this notes.txt. So let's go ahead and create a few more bars. I'm going to create a bar for this product hunt. And if I go to images.google.com and I were to search for product hunt cat, it's kind of the mascot behind Product Hunt. It's this cute little cat. And you can see that we have the cat right there. There's another one. And you can see that we have this nice kind of orange color. So let's go ahead and go with that as the background color for the fancy bar. So I have this tool called Color Snapper. I press Command Option C, and then I can basically click to get any hex color. So let's fork this current bar that we're working with, and we're going to call this Fancy Bar Product Hunt. And I'm going to add a little bit of custom CSS, which is why I actually already added this here. But I'm going to say that I want the background color to be this orange right here. And the reason why we're not using a tailwind color is because we probably want the user to have a color picker as they are customizing their bar. We probably want to have a color picker where they can select any specific hex color that they want for the background of their bar. So let's go ahead and say bar-color. And we probably need to remove the, hover to black. Yeah, let's remove these hover states and the BG gradient R. Okay, so maybe on here we want all the buttons to, let's go ahead and just center them. So let's say items justify-center. And right here, maybe we want to have the picture of the cat. So I could actually just save this. And I think right now I'm just going to store in the local storage. So if I were to go to my sites and I go to Fancy Bar, let's go with public storage. And let's go ahead and say Maybe I want to create a new folder in there. So I'm going to call this new folder bars, and this is where a lot of the assets for the bars will go. So we'll say product hunt cat. Okay. So I'm actually not going to be able to reference that here. Let me go ahead and upload that to a CDN. So I have this tool. I can say open with, actually services, say share with drop share. And if I go up here to drop share, I should be able to copy this link. And now I can put that right here in place of this SVG. So I'm going to say image source and put that in there. And then I'm going to give it a class of W10 H-10. And that's already looking pretty cool. So I could say we're on product hunt. Click here to check it out. And then that learn more, maybe we want that to be, say, a white button. So we'll say bg-white. So maybe we want bar bg color, because then we also want to have bar text color. So we'll say bar-text color. Actually, that's not going to work. So we don't want that background. So we'll just create a new class, call this bar text color, and say color is going to be this same color right here. Because we want the color of the button to be that orange color, or the text anyways. So we will copy that and replace the text white. And we need to add bar-bg-color. And there we go. That looks pretty cool. So we are on product hunt. Click here to check it out. And maybe we want this to be font semi-bold. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So that is our product hunt bar. Let's go ahead and see what it would look like if we did it a little bit larger. Yeah, I mean, I guess that the height could also be configurable. So I guess that the user could specify the height that they want the bar to be. Let's see what it looks like at 8. But we need to set some defaults just that way the user can preview what they might look like before they actually add them to their site. H10, I think that was good. Let's do H11. And remember, we have those kind of tilted background colors right there. What if we were to make this white? We were to keep those on there. These are just kind of like some accents that we added. Okay, yeah, you can see that that's to the right. And we'll probably want to have a whole bunch of different like elements, like little gradients that they can add to the bar. But I think this is good for the product hunt bar. So let's go ahead and save this. And we're just going to save this as bar-5. So let's go to resources, views, themes, tall stack, and bars. We'll save this as 05.blade.php. And we'll paste that in there. And let's go ahead and just have a look at it. So if we open up our app.blade.php, actually that is that where it's at? Yeah. But I was in the Tailwind theme, so we need to be inside of the tall stack theme. Oh, nope, that's going to be the home.blade.php. Right? Okay. Main.blade.php. There we go. We'll get there eventually. So bar 05. Let's see what this looks like on the home page. Oh, that's right. We don't have the BG color. So we actually need to add that. And for now, I know this is bad practice, but I'm going to add the style directly in here. And that's okay for now. I know I'm going to get some hate from somebody being like, dude, don't add inline styles. It's not really inline styles. And I think this is okay for now. Okay, so let's save that. Let's go back here, reload, and now that bar shows up. So now whenever we're ready to do a product hunt launch, we can use this, or we could probably use a couple different product hunt bars. So we have that bar right there. I was also thinking that, we created this one product hunt bar. What if we were to create another one that is like over here on the right? So let me go ahead, kind of play around with this. So I am going to fork this. I'm going to say fancy bar product hunt. I'm going to say bottom left. So now maybe I want this to have a max W of, we'll say 3XL. And we want this to actually be fixed. We want that to be at the bottom of 0 and right of 0. And let's see what's happening there. Okay, I think that's because we don't have the body height of 100%. And let's go ahead and wrap this in a container that we have class equals w-screen, h-screen. Just to see what this looks like. Okay, so we have that height screen. Let's change the background so we can see exactly what this div is containing. Yeah, so it's the whole width. So now if we have fixed, we have bottom 0, right 0. Oh, okay, we got to remove that relative. That would probably be why. Okay, so now we're down here at the bottom right, and I probably want a larger height. So we'll say height of, let's try 48. And we probably don't need it to be that wide either. That's way too big. So we'll say max W, let's try SM. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Let's say height of 32, and you're going to see where I'm going with this in just a second. So instead of it being a floating bar on top, it's going to be basically this bar that's down at the bottom right. So I want this to have rounded LG. I want a margin right of 10 and B-10. Maybe a little bit less. So say MB-4, MR-4. Let's give this a shadow XL. Okay. Actually, that background doesn't look too bad right there. That's kind of cool. It kind of just worked out in our favor. Let me see. If we have H56, maybe I could bump this up to 96. 96. Oh, 96. Okay, that looks pretty good. What if I were to actually add another one? Let's say negative translate X. We'll say 32. That's kind of cool. Maybe it's too much though. 48. Try 64. If not, maybe we only have those two. Yeah, let's take this off. Okay, let's keep those original 2 accents right there. Actually, I'm going to take that off. Okay, sorry. I'm like going through things in my head as I'm writing code, so we're going to kind of be doing that a lot. I think I'm actually going to use a circle. So I'm going to say class equals, and I'll say W96. 96, H96, and I want this to be BG white with opacity, we'll try 20, rounded dash full. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Oh, we got to make that absolute as well. Let's see if I'm even going to be able to see that opacity. Let's say opacity 50. And Z, let's change the Z index. Okay, so why am I not seeing that? Okay, so we have width, height, background. Let's try width 64, h-64. And left 0, absolute. Let me open up developer tools, get away Grammarly. Let's check this out. Okay, we only have about 5 more minutes left, so probably wrap this up here shortly. Where is that circle? Okay, it's down at the very bottom. So that's right. Need to set top of 0. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's say top of 0. And we want this to be opacity of 10 because that's a little much. And that already looks kind of cool. So what if we were to say negative MT, we're going to say 20. Let's make that, yeah, that looks good. And a negative ML-32. That's kind of cool. So we end up with this kind of light right there. And I think I'm going to change up the image. So we have the image of that cat. Maybe I want to try one of these. I need to find a transparent PNG. One of the things that I hate is when you see these images and they have this, it looks like it's going to be transparent, but it's actually an image with these blocks as the background. Let's see if that is. So let's save that image as onto desktop. Let's see if that's transparent. It is. Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to say share, nope, services, share with drop share. And let's copy that link. And let's go back over here and change this image. Okay, and let's make this a width of, we'll say 20 and height of 20. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's going to look kind of cool. So maybe I actually want the text to be, yeah, I want the text and the button to be on the same line. So I need to wrap let's say the image up there, and then we'll put this inside of this guy right here, and we'll say flex column. Yeah, that's looking pretty good already. So I want to make this image a little bit larger. I'm going to try 32 and h of 32. Oh, come on, 32. Okay, and I'm wondering why that image looks a little pixelated, and we could always change that up later. I don't know why that looks pixelated. See, that looks pretty clear. And it could just be where I uploaded it to. Or could it be that we're stretching that? I think it looks good for now. So maybe the button, we want that to be aligned to the right. So we'll say items end. And then we want PR of 10. Okay, that looks pretty good. Actually, maybe I want that to be item start. Yeah, that might look a little bit better. And we'll say, we don't need that PR of 10. And we have the SpaceX too that we no longer need. But we will need a space Y of, maybe we'll try 4. Let's try 2. Okay, that's pretty good. So whenever the person actually adds this bar, they'll be able to modify the text copy, where the actual button goes, and then maybe they could even change the image. But yeah, I think this is going to be another bar that we can add. Let's go ahead and copy this, and let's move it into, so this is actually not going to be a bar, and maybe I want to organize this differently. So this could be a different variation of the bar. So maybe I will create another folder under here, and then I'll also need to reorganize those other ones. So maybe I can say bottom right, and I'm going to change this to 01.blade.php. And we'll paste that in there, and I don't think that we're actually going to be able to test this out, if I go to the home, actually if I go to main.blade.php, I say bars, then we say bottom right .01. Let's see what this looks like on our site. Oh, need to add that orange again. That's kind of cool with the black. But let's go ahead and change. Yeah, we need to add those colors that we had from 05. So let's copy that, put that in this file. And then I also want to give this a Z index. I'm going to say Z of, we'll say 30 for now. If I reload, now we can see that this bar is on our site. So that's just another example of one of the bars that we're going to add. We can have top bars, bottom right bars, top left, and you get the point. I think we have about 30 seconds left. So I kind of wanted to get your opinion. If you watch this all the way through, if you're still hanging out with me, thank you. That's awesome. Maybe if you could leave a comment and just let me know if I should design these bars and not record it, or would you like to see the whole process so just leave everything in all the videos? Or I could always just design them and then come on and record, and I could say, hey, so I've designed these 5 additional bars. But let me know. Let me know if you get something out of this. And I guess our time is up. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.